everyone. In just a second, I'm going to be introducing author Nicole Meyer, and we're going to be talking about this book right here, The Girl Made of Clay. I had so much fun talking to Nicole, and I just want you guys to look at this cover because this is published through Lake Union, and I love their covers so much, and I say it all the time, but I just have to point them out when they come across so you guys can see how amazing their covers are. And I had an amazing talk with her too. She is so sweet. So here, everyone, is Nicole. Hi, everyone. I am so excited because I'm speaking with author Nicole Meyer, and we are talking about her brand new book that comes out today. And she's got a copy of it so we can all look at it. And it's called The Girl Made of Clay. You can hold
Hi.
it. Hi there. Do you want to hold it up so everybody can see it? There
There
it
it is.
is. Yay. And I,
Very soon.
yeah, it comes out today because we're putting this video out today. And thank you so much, Nicole. This story was amazing. I loved it so much. I spent all day yesterday reading it.
Oh, thank you for reading it. I so appreciate that.
Yeah, first I'm going to let you tell the story just because I don't like to give giveaways, so I like to hear your version and then we can talk from there.
Okay, well, it's a family drama, and it is based on a sort of infamous artist who is a sculptor, and his artist compound is on the Oregon coast and it burns down. And he's forced to call out for help. So he's brought in by his estranged adult daughter. And the whole story is about forgiveness and redemption and how they can repair the relationship because truly the father had chosen art over family. And so now it's kind of coming back full circle.
Um,
And yeah, that's kind of it without giving any spoilers away.
Right, exactly. Because I want everybody. I don't like spoilers. I hate spoilers.
Yeah,
I see people give spoilers, and I'm like, why do you do that? I don't
I
understand
know.
that. But let's talk about the title first because
Yeah.
I love this title for many
Oh,
reasons. So, what did you decide the title? Was it something that you came up with?
no, actually, in the beginning, I turned in the manuscript to my publisher. It's called The Sculptor's Daughter. And they said that felt like historical fiction, which is not what I write. I write
Right,
commercial women's fiction. And
right.
so we noodled around some different ideas. But in the book, and this is not a spoiler, but in the book, the father had created an image of his daughter that became a famous sculpture. So that's The Girl Made of Clay. It was a clay to bronze sculpture. So that is where the title came from.
Yeah, I love that and like I said, we don't give spoilers, but it plays into this whole story, which I just love. And show everybody the cover again because I love this cover. And this book was published through Lake Union, and I tell all you guys because I've talked to so many Lake Union authors, and I love their covers so
Oh, good.
much.
I love it. They even have the bits of clay on the back.
Yeah,
Um, and it kind of shows a broken image, which is the girl is broken in
yeah.
the beginning of the story. So I felt that worked out well.
Yeah, I love their covers. I really do.
It seems amazing.
I find that if I love a cover, I look and I'm like, oh, Lake Union. I knew it.
Yeah, yeah, truly, their artists are amazing, and they hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah, they really did. And I saw this cover, like I've been seeing it on Instagram and everywhere. And I like right away when I saw it, I'm like, I want to read that book. I want to read
Yeah.
that
Oh,
book.
it does photograph really well.
It
That's true.
does. It does. People make amazing photographs with it. So let's talk about the prologue because that's not any giveaways. I love
Okay.
your first line because it also plays into the whole, book. But the fire came without warning.
Hmm.
I love that. So I
Yeah.
was like, I love a good first line because I go back and I read it again after I finished the book because you kind of forget, even though I read it in a day, like I forget where it started. And then I get to see like how you hooked me into the story, and then my other favorite line is always the last line of the first chapter. And this one was amazing. Okay. The only surety was the fire itself, a living, breathing thing that rose up and gutted and destroyed.
Yeah.
And I loved it the first time I read it, but when I read it the second time, I was like, wow, that was amazing.
It's funny. I wasn't planning on doing a prologue at all. I really hadn't done prologues. I didn't really believe in them. I felt like I was just going to start with the story, but I felt that setting up the fire and the mystery around the fire would be a good way to do a prologue. So it just came out. I'm glad you liked it.
I really did. And I pay attention to those. The more
Oh, you
books
do?
I read, the more I pay attention to structure and like what keeps a reader reading, because there's so
Yeah.
many books out there, and it's like, so when I see something that like that, I'm like, there you go, right there. It gets me into chapter 2 because I'm like, I want to know, or in your case, chapter 1. It's like, okay, here
Right.
we go. Like what happened,
Right.
and I love family drama stories. I think everybody does, because we're going to relate, whether it's our own father or it could be mother, or, and in her case, both.
Yes, both. Yeah, that's true.
And then of course her marriage, and then her son, and like it's multi-generational, this,
Yes.
the relationships.
I think so many of us have that. We're connected, especially if you're part of the sandwich generation, which I am, and my protagonist is that you're taking care of a family, but you're also taking care of your parents. And that seems to be more and more common these days. I'm hoping people can relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I Both my parents are gone now, but
Oh,
when I was taking care of my mom, I had little children too. So
yep.
it was like, right, we're like right there. And she didn't live to be very old, and but I always think about that because I'm in my 50s, and it's
Yeah.
like people my age have elderly parents that they're taking care of.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know.
I'm the same way. Both of my parents passed, and I took care of them as well. And it's something that more and more people are finding themselves in that situation of how do I be the best person and the most present for my children, but the most present for my parents that need me now, and it's a struggle.
Yeah, I loved TR.
Oh, good.
I
I
just
did
have to
too.
say, I loved his sense of humor.
Oh,
I
good.
I really did. I don't know. I just thought it brought such another element into the story,
Right.
and especially since she's trying to rediscover him in another
Yeah.
way, and like, I don't know. I thought he was the perfect old man.
Uh, well, it's true. There's so many older people like that are very set in their ways, and they are unbending, and they are not afraid to take the filter off and say how they feel. And so I know a couple people like
Yeah,
that.
I was thinking that. I was like, when you're coming up with a character like him,
Right.
you have to like pull it from somewhere. And
Yes.
then yesterday when I was reading it, I also went to the grocery store, and I was kind of watching older people. Like
Oh, you were?
I was like, I wonder if when you're a writer, if you just like observe like older,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the more you, like you said, you're even reading, you observe because you have a different perspective on people now based on where they're coming from.
Yeah. And I love the older couples that you see like in a grocery store that are like kind of just helping each other get through the store.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So I found myself a little bit more observant about it because his character was like and her, I mean, haven't we all been there, especially like with the marriages and
Yeah.
just not easy, and I've
Yeah,
been
you're pulled in
divorced.
different directions. It's hard to put your energy into everything at once.
Yes, but I was so happy because I don't give spoilers, but it is a happy ending. It can go many different ways, but I
Right.
found myself, I was finishing it around midnight last night, and I was
Um,
tearing up. Like, and it's probably, like it's late, and I couldn't go to sleep without knowing. Like, I needed to know how it ended. I didn't want to wake up this
oh.
morning and read it. And so I found myself tearing up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're such a basket case.
I love that it made you cry. I know that sounds terrible, but I love it.
Yeah, because it just, I don't know, because as women, like, to just experience all those feelings, and I felt like I felt like I understood her.
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
so glad.
Yeah.
I think we can all relate on some level just to someone who's responsible for so many different people at once.
Yes, absolutely. And I have 6 children, so
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah.
So fun though.
Yeah, but you think it's like hard when they're little, but like
Yeah,
now that they're adults, and I still have some teenagers, but adults, and it's like it's this whole other
absolutely.
big ball game. So okay, this is your second book, right?
This is my second book.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. I had another book come out in 2016.
Yeah, and I didn't get to read that one, but I would definitely want to go back and read it, because now I'm like, oh, I got to read this book too. So, it's like 2 years in between. Do you just kind of take your time? Are your mom, right? Your mom and
Yeah, I have 3 children.
yeah,
That's correct.
right. So it's like kind of just take your time with writing them, and because I can't even imagine. Okay. I have to read and I have children and that's the easy part. Okay.
Yeah, with all of us, once you have a passion, it's hard to sort of set it aside. So I've been writing this whole time, but I get up at 5 in the morning and
Dude.
I write before everybody wakes up and the house gets crazy. You know what that's like.
Yeah.
So I write really early in the morning, and I've kind of been working all the way through. Sometimes I'll work on a manuscript and set it aside, and then decide to do something else that's more meaningful. But yeah, I try to keep it going.
Yeah. I always find like the morning and then at night when everybody's in bed. I used to have those times a day. If I could stay up, if I could stay
Yeah,
up
right.
past them, it would be like when the house is just like that, nothing.
Quiet.
It's and then I'd turn on like Cheers or something, like I'd turn on Friends or Cheers or
Right. I like to watch the Food Network. That's my go-to.
the
Yeah.
Food Network. That's awesome. All right, so this is like such an exciting time for you. This book is coming out. I'm seeing it everywhere. You're doing book signings and everything. So do you start like are you starting another book or do you just wait and like kind of love this part?
That's a great question. So I have a 2-book contract with Lake Union. So I actually have another book coming out a year from now, September 2019. So that book, believe it or not, is done.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we're still editing. I'm sorry. We're still editing. But yeah, it's kind of funny the way the industry goes. You have to be a little bit a year in advance of what you want to happen.
Yes.
Just the way it all works out.
Yeah, and I love Lake Union. I just do.
I love them.
I I just have to tell you, like they're just so awesome to me as for readers and writers. Like they're
Right.
just so invested. And
Right.
like anytime I want a book, they're like here and there. They're just always promoting you guys and just like I don't
Yeah.
know. I have a heart for them. So
I'm so glad to hear that. They're very author centric and they're so supportive and available, which I know not everyone's experience is the same, but I've been thrilled with Lake Union.
Yeah, I've come to a point where like if I have an interview and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have the book, and I contact them and they're like, here, and they send it like right away.
Great.
Like
So great.
they have no issues. Like it's not like you got to go through this big long explanation or So
Right.
I always have to tell the authors when I come up with you guys, I'm like, I love them. Okay, they're the best. They're just the best. So show everybody the cover one more time, and guess what? On my Instagram account tonight, Nicole's giving away a book. And I can't wait. Everybody loves those book giveaways over on Instagram.
I love book giveaways.
I know. I feel bad like when I see a book that I can't get, and then I'm like, I feel bad like going in the giveaway because I'm like, I have so many books, and but then I see that one, and you're like, but I want that book, right?
Absolutely. It's never ending. There's always books out there that look amazing. I have to get them.
Yeah, and even you guys as authors, because I always think that you have like access to any book out there in the whole world, but I found out that's not true. Like there are books that you can't get, and I have a lot of authors that are like, I want that book. I want to read that book
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely. There's some that I'm dying to get, but I have to wait. But sometimes we get advanced copies, but not always.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. I mean, you made my day yesterday. Okay. This is just one of those books that you just kind of sink into, and I just read all day, and I was so happy. And, I really, really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see everybody else's reaction when this comes out. So I'm very
Thank you for all the support. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't wait. So you have a great week. It's going to be so much fun. And you know where to find me for that next book because I'll read early too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye. She amazing. This book is so good. Go get it. I have all of Nicole's links listed below here, and she is going to be giving away a copy on Instagram. Go to the Writing Fun Instagram account and you can enter to win a copy of this book. I just want to thank Nicole, thank Lake Union. It was so much fun talking to her, and I am so grateful that they're going to give away a book on my Instagram account. And everyone, if you liked watching this video, please hit like. Thank you so much.